If you count sheep at night to help you fall asleep, this is the perfect block for you. So, block number 12 for our Minecraft Mob Head Blanket is the sheep. Now, in the game, it's like one of the more popular or common mobs that run around, and obviously, just from the name, it doesn't sound like it would be a hostile character in the game. So, it is good for providing wool and mutton. And I have to be honest, I don't know what mutton is. So, there's that. In this project, I am using Premier Yarn, their Basics collection. It is a budget yarn. And in my opinion, it is a very nice feeling budget yarn. Better than some of the others that you can pick up at Walmart. Just saying. The colors that I used in this block are an off-white, but in hindsight, I should have used a regular white. I think it would have looked better. Black, white for the eyes, and 2 shades of pink, a light pink and a dark pink. For his face, it is the linen color. And the border, of course, as with all the rest of the blocks, is fern green. I am also using a 6mm crochet hook for this entire project. So for those of you who are new to this stitch or to this project and aren't sure quite how to do the stitch, we're going to take a look at the stitches that you need to know how to do in order to complete this project. You will need to know the chain stitch, a single crochet in the back bump of your chain, and a 5 double crochet together bobble stitch. So let's take a look at that now. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump, single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work, and we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving 1 on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops, you now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. Just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border, just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top. And each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough, like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble, and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain twos, and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay, so that looks pretty easy, right? It is, once you get the hang of it. And the blocks work up pretty quick once you get used to, that muscle memory gets going and you get used to doing the stitch. So, if you'd like to see what this little guy looks like, he's a cutie. And here he is. So my thought was, after I made him, this is the part that I used the off-white. That should have been all white. It would have made these other colors stand out better. And of course, in this lighting in here, it really doesn't show all that well. It shows up much better in person than it is on this camera. So I learned something about cameras the other day, that most cameras film in what they call a log mode, and it totally flattens all your colors. But when I use my editing program to try and correct the colors, it makes the speech and your mouth movement off. So I'm like, nope, we're not using that. We'll just deal with the color distortion with the log recording. So here we are with the sheep. This is off-white. I highly suggest using regular white. This is the linen color. And then light pink and dark pink. White and black for his eyes, and the fern green around the edge. The only other thing that you need to be able to complete this block is a copy of my graph, or chart, whichever you want to call it. And that is available to you for the low, low price of a thumbs up on this video. You will find the link to the graph in the description down below. For the next block in this project, if you click on this box over here in the corner, it will take you directly there.